guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you follow me over on Instagram, and if you don't, you definitely should. But I talked over there about how I was working on creating my studio space, this home office space of mine. I'm actually working on a couple of different home projects at the same time. We moved at the top of the year, so slowly but surely I am just working on making this a home that I absolutely love. I spend most of my time at home with the boys, and it's just really important to me that I'm like creating a space that I love, because I'm here most of the time. So slowly but surely working on those different projects, but I'm really excited about working on my studio space. It is the space that I get to be creative and that I just like get to think, and ultimately it's just like the space that I call my own. The first big project was the clear out. We had moved, I mentioned we moved at the top of the year, and this office was sort of like a storage room for anything that we couldn't find a home for. So the coffee table was in here, my wedding dress was in here, some of the boys' stuff was in here, and it just was a lot of clutter. So I worked on clearing all of that stuff out. And so we're working with like a blank slate, got the desk, and everything that is in here belongs in here. But the next big project is to paint. So the boys are out for a couple of hours, and I definitely want to tackle most of that. I probably won't be able to do it all in one day, just because, you know, the paint needs to dry before like I add other layers. But I want to get most of it done today. So I recently picked up this new lens. It is the Canon 16mm 2.8. Super budget friendly lens. I typically vlog, like if I'm doing like run and gun, out and about stuff, on my Sony ZV-E10. But like, I was trying to figure out a way that I could make, and the reason why I picked that up was because it's like super lightweight, very convenient. It's like no hassle at all. It fits like right in your purse. It can fit in your pocket. Just super convenient. But I really wanted to figure out a way that I can use my main camera more, and see if there's a way that I could make it a little bit more travel friendly. And so currently I am holding this in my hand, and it still gives me like a good range. It's super wide. 60mm is pretty wide, and I like it so far. I haven't been using it for too long. It's not the highest quality lens, but it works, and I'm happy with it for now. So I'm gonna keep playing around with it, see how we like it, and hopefully this will just be like a permanent part of the new collection. When I think about ideas for the space, and just spaces in general that I felt the most creative and that also stand the test of time, I always go back to like New York City photo studio, like circa 1990s, early 2000s. And maybe that's because that's sort of like where I got my start in photography. I mean, I'm a sucker for the 90s anyway. I love like everything 90s, the whole era, just like one of the best to exist. But I feel like when I think about what I want my space to be, it's sort of that. It's like has that as the backbone of inspiration. So I'm thinking whites, blacks, metals, concrete, wood, like that feel. If you've ever been to like a studio, even a lot of the studios now in New York City still mimic that feel. A lot of them still have that feel, that charm. Outside of like the newer modern ones, a lot of them are like, if you go, I typically, if I'm like booking a studio, it's gonna be like Brooklyn or like Soho, and a lot of them still have that like, or Dumbo, a lot of them still have that like old charm. So I'm gonna do my best to bring that to this space. It's going to be a little difficult because especially with the carpet, like that's really not the vibe I'm going for, but you know, we work with what we have. But I'm gonna do my best to bring that inspo into this space. Okay, so I do think that I'm gonna keep my desk here facing the window so that I can look outside when I'm working and also have that natural light shining on me. But in essence, I do want every area in this room to be filmable. So anyway, if I want to move the desk, if I just want to move a chair or have like a setup, every area in this room should be able to be like film ready. So over here on this wall is going to be I'm going to set up backdrop. So I'm going to have this is actually like the box right here for the wall mount. It's going to be like a set. So I may get like a stool in here, and it'll have like, I think this one is like 3 rolls, but it'll be like the actual photo backdrop set over here on this wall. So that'll take up that wall, and this is going to be my photo wall. Probably black and white photos, and just like a space that I can pull inspiration from. Like, I'm really excited to like see how, I don't know if I originally wanted to do like just pin things on the wall like through with like thumbtacks, but that just may not work for my space. I don't really want to put holes in the wall, so I'm not really sure how I'm gonna like work it here, but in essence, that's like the idea that I'm going for on this wall. And then here on this back wall, so I'm going to take the closet doors off, and you'll be able to see my storage unit. So that's where I'm going to like store my gear. What else am I going to have in there? Really like storage. So it's going to be like my gear, my camera bag, equipment, maybe some like books and other photos. So it'll also be a moment in there as well. So if I'm filming, whatever's happening in the background will be filmable as well. That's the plan. Yeah, so those are my ideas. I think it's gonna be really, really cool if I can. I know it's like weird whenever I've like said like to my husband or like my friends like, oh, like this is what I want to do. They're like, I don't really understand, but it's like I know what I'm seeing in my head, and I just want it to come out exactly the way that I see it in my head. And I think it's gonna be really cool. So let me stop yapping and let me get to it. After a few days, the walls are finally painted and complete, and I'm absolutely in love with them. I wanted something just super subtle, with a hint of detail. And I don't know if you can tell from here, but the walls are lime wash, and they have just this subtle detail. It really looks like concrete, which I was going for. So super, super happy with the results, and it is like the perfect canvas for what is to come. Okay, so next to do is to take off these closet doors and then get this opened up and all set up. This is the storage unit, and then put this on the inside of there, and I will probably do that either today or in the next couple days or so. All right, so I'm gonna end the video here. Hopefully by next video I will have made lots of progress, and I'll update you on all of the things. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.